service what we have in the city. So,
Yeah.
sort of a egg and cart.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
situation.
Aching for
Egg and cart.
that on record.
So, yeah, so we should
8:28 is when
keep
we
this issue on the back burner and await
8:28, we got Zoom.
clarity about the utility issue, and when there is some,
reporting that
when there is some, then I think we ought to dive right back in.
on
It
the,
was.
This
Yeah.
portion, the decision was not recorded,
It
and
was
so
not
Tiffany's notes are.
And I have
the record.
what you guys said.
okay,
You should have backup stuff like that, that little report.
yeah, that's what we used to have, is the little reporter. We don't lose stuff.
Okay, Ben, one of the things we talked about at our last meeting was a work plan for our group, but since we were short of members, we thought that that was a better conversation to have when we had sort of our full complement here, rather than having just two or three of us decide what the work plan is going to be for the next year. So, hopefully we can do that at our January meeting. There's a number of topics we need to take a look at, set some priorities and be realistic about what we can do and how much we can squeeze out of Ben and Tiffany.
January meeting is January 8th, right? Even though,
January the 8th.
First is the holiday.
Yes.
okay, yeah.
So Ben, anything you want to add to that?
That makes sense to me.
Shoot for perfect attendance on the.
And thoughts of the month, Ben?
Mary is.
Mary has a
Oh,
I just have a
hand waved.
question.
Yeah.
I have to clarify, 'cause when you guys make a decision, who is it appealable? Do people have to go to court or
It's
what?
in the document, shoreline hearing board.
Pardon?
Shoreline hearing board.
Okay.
Okay, two links in there. One was an interesting one that assessed whether how street connectivity interacted with mixed use development. And so they did some analyses and showed that it makes mixed use development feasible the more interconnected the street network is. The easier it is to
Yeah.
get to those areas. The second one is floodplain map update. And so this one is not only a thought of the month, it will be a thought of future months, as in it's going to be something that hits the planning commission agenda. The federal government has the National Flood Insurance Program where they back development within floodplains. Part of that is knowing where those floodplains are. The city's current maps are from 1986. There's been an effort that's been ongoing that's described in that link, showing how those 1986 maps have been updated or scrapped, and new maps have been developed based on the actual basin, the amount of water that falls in the basin. So that effort is now done. It's published in the Federal Register and should become effective in the next few weeks or months. Once that's effective, for our floodplain property owners to be covered by that insurance program, we need to adopt those new maps. And so impact of those changes to Stevenson is negligible. We have very limited property that's on the waterways that are addressed, and of the property that is, most of it is well above, for example, Angel Heights. Those property owners there, their property goes all the way down to the stream. There's no flood that's gonna take them out.
Those areas were all going to be.
They were in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on the ark.
So the actual number of covered structures or structures that require flood insurance, I believe, for us goes down. I believe that's
It was less.
there's fewer
Hmm.
according to the new maps and the science. So we're probably unique in Stevenson, that being the case.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
are already set back well off or above.
Yeah.
Most communities dread this. It's not something that we have to
I tried to click on that link. I couldn't get it to work.
do. Okay.
It may be more a problem on my end. But, staff and commission reports.
As you all laid the groundwork for, the septic to sewer discussion continues. There's a subcommittee that's met 3 times. It has a 4th meeting to generate some more specific recommendation to city council that is now scheduled. The date is scheduled.
Not yet.
Not quite yet on a date, but
We're thinking about trying to do just in kind of an informal get together of committee members, just to chat, just so we have some more ideas that we can sort of coalesce and have something to focus on at that next meeting.
so once that is done and in place, that annexation committee can get together and finalize things. Parks planning, we had a charrette on last Thursday. Last Thursday, representatives of the county, the pool, the school, the port, and some others from the community, or was it all agency reps?
That interpretive center,
Interpretive Center,
SDA.
SDA, yeah. Though those with parks interests gathered together, they reviewed results of the public involvement that we had done there. The survey effort was amazing. We got 203 responses to a community questionnaire that we put out there, which blows away anything that we've done in the past. So really great with that. So they were presented with those results and started looking at specific ideas for their properties or properties around town and making sure there's not going to be duplication of those community needs that have been identified. And the project is on course to produce a draft early next year and be completed by February or March. It's separate from a community questionnaire that's available right now for the Park Plaza project. I think that one closes tomorrow or this week, very, very soon. So separate from that, but can look for that other questionnaire that's out there. But it's a good parks planning effort is a good one. People from those agencies left energized. Yeah, and really happy to have the formation of the coalition that we built between those agencies and seeing opportunities for
Any general themes that the responses hit upon in particular?
One of the questions was, which parks do you go to, or which do you not? Both of those were questions. Which do you not go to, and why don't you go there? And so, by and large, the ones that people don't go to are the city parks. And why don't they go there is, I don't know, park. There's no park stuff there. So, for example, Gateway Park in front of the Chevron station on that end of town. It's a green space. People don't know that that's called Gateway Park or Triangle Park or whatever else it's called. Gropper Loop Park up off of Gropper Road adjacent to high school, same, not identifiable as a park. So there becomes a need to identify those and have some facilities. I would say making connections, so the pathways and trails and making connections between existing areas were very popular. So we put together ideas, what the ideas from the shoreline access plan for the community to consider, and making those connections that West End the west side of downtown, connecting to Rock Cove, where, yeah, it's hard to understand where to go in that area. Was very popular. Interpretive Center, trail improvement was very popular.
I've lived on Draper Road and I didn't know there was a park there
Yeah,
10 years.
Well, now you know where you can go have a picnic, Davey.
Yeah.
the
Something.
community identifying the need to better maintain what we have. That was there. One of those great moments about the coalition was everyone seeing that we have the same need and it's the same task. And so there might be an opportunity to explore some interlocal agreement or sharing of staff to do that same task, whether it's on county and city. But
Yeah, public don't care. You're
Right.
Whose it is.
anything else?
I was just how everyone was coming together saying that they wanted to have more of these meetings about what to do in the future and how to move things along. So that hasn't always historically been a thing. So that was kind of cool.
You want to do bi-monthly or something?
It hasn't been determined of how it's going to happen. It just is. You know, like once that gets dialed in, I'm sure there'll be more on that subject.
I'm in.
They really liked talking to one another and seeing everyone's ideas. And it kind of pushed them to say other things and kind of elevate their ideas and thinking too, once they heard others. Very
So-
positive.
Any high priority needs that people saw, something that wasn't there that they wished was there? I'm putting you on the spot.
You are. yeah.
Skate park.
Skate park?
Skate park was more popular than dog park.
It was.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I expected dog
I
park
doubt
to
it.
really
I've
focus
seen
it
a
up. So
skateboarder in Stevenson. Yeah.
we don't have a skate park.
No skateboard, no skateboarders. Okay, now I get it. That's why.
Anything else, Ben?
What? Trees. Public Works Director is putting together a slate of projects to submit for Department of Natural Resources funding for tree grants. They've got a lot in the fund there. And so putting together, I think, 5 distinct projects. From creating an adopt a tree program to help fund future maintenance and upkeep of trees, or accomplish future maintenance and upkeep, to doing some of the management activities from our tree management plan, to planting some new trees in areas where there aren't trees. So she's on that, and she roped me into helping her craft those grants and put that together, and Tiffany to work on it too. So that's an exciting one. The last point I have on here is the online building permitting. So we've been fine tuning things and did I would even call it a soft rollout. We did an internal rollout of the system to make sure that it was functional. So we'll roll that out to the public starting at the start of the year, and you can log in from anywhere in the world and upload all your building plans digitally. Don't need to submit paper copies to us anymore. And we can review them from anywhere in the world.
And you can
make
be
our
paid.
improvements.
From anywhere in the world. You don't have to come in and make a payment.
Cool. Yeah. So that goes live at the start of the year.
January 2nd.
There's still that connection though, if they need to talk to someone.
Yeah. And for those who are uncomfortable submitting it online, Tiffany will be there at the front counter to enter it into the system
Either one.
across the county. So,
And I appreciate that because I'm technically challenged on those systems.
You are not alone.
That's good to know.
And even when you're technically competent, there can be gremlins like that.
You picked my computer of all computers to use today.
No, that's great. I think that could be really, really helpful for folks. out there in terms of doing something. Now that we've been using those online processes for grant applications. And it's great. But oftentimes there's that need to make that call in terms of.
Well,
I
they can
can't get
also
this to work.
follow
Follow the
and
process.
we can all, planning, public works and building can all look at it together. All review it together. So that it doesn't have to go from one desk to the other and then to the building department and all that time. It condenses it greatly.
That's great.
That's what it should be.
Good job tonight, disagreeing with, respect.
We're gonna do that sometime.
Well, I don't think this was an easy one.
No, this is not easy.
You know, particular.
Gnarly.
If I may, I have a personal request. Can you stop the recording?
We could adjourn if that would make you more comfortable.
Yeah, I just don't want this on public record.